Hey guys, so I am in my office today, and last week I did a video where I talked about what college students should do if they think they are someone who has a disability and the steps that they should take. But that got me to thinking about college versus high school and what is the difference, especially for freshman students, students who are first year or first time college students. There is a big difference between K through 12 and college, and today I'm going to talk about some of those differences that you should be aware of if you are someone who is transitioning into higher education or into college. But before I get started, please be sure to like, share, and subscribe to my channel. Okay, so since I am someone who works in disability services, I always like to talk about the differences in services in high school versus in college. So if you are someone who is being currently served under a 504 or an IEP and you're in high school or middle school or whatever grade you're in while you are watching this video, your services may look different in college. So first things first, if any of your accommodations involve the curriculum being changed or modified, that is most likely not going to be able to continue once you get to the college level. So what am I talking about? Let's just say that you have an accommodation where you can only take multiple choice exams. So the rest of the class may have to write in or fill in the blank. They may have to do an essay format, but your services state that you can only take multiple choice exams. That is going to be something that will most likely not happen in college, okay? So it's the same curriculum, it's the same lessons that everyone else is learning, the same assignments. The curriculum, unfortunately, cannot be changed. So while there may be some other accommodations that can still be in place, anything involving changing the curriculum, you want to already kind of make a note to yourself about that. That's most likely not going to happen in college. Your accommodation specialist will explain that to you, and they'll kind of go through the things that can still stay the same and then the things that may change in college. So you want to keep that in mind. Another thing that often comes up, 504s and IEPs do not just automatically appear on our desk, okay? You have to contact the office. You want to contact the Office of Student Disabilities. It has different names, but we all do the same thing. You want to contact that office and and let them know, I'm someone who receives special education services in high school. How do I get those services in place in college? Once again, they do not happen automatically. We don't just, there's not like a system to where your IEP or your 504 comes through. You have to follow that office's application process. The good thing is that you have documentation, so you're already a step ahead. But you want to make sure that whatever application process is in place, that you follow through with that, because nothing happens automatically once you get to the college level. Now, organization is a really big part of college, right? So in high school, your teachers may have kind of reminded you to do assignments, kind of told you when to start, when to do X, Y, Z. In college, you are going to be in control of your own organizational skills. So if you are someone who struggles with organizational skills, you want to start taking the necessary steps to kind of put those skills in place. So typically in college, for every class, you're doing at least 2 to 3 hours of reading, of homework, and then you most likely have like 4 or 5 classes. So do the math. That's a lot of hours, and that's a lot of time, and you're going to have to be organized. You're going to have some system in place, whether that's a planner. I know they have online planners, whether that's a reminder on your phone, maybe that's a whiteboard right by your bed. The point is that you're going to need to have some way that you're going to keep track of all of your assignments and get them turned in on time. So that brings me to my next point. You may notice that once you get to college that you're no longer in the passenger seat as far as your learning. In high school, your teacher was more so in the driver's seat. They probably gave you step-by-step instructions on how to complete assignments. They probably told you exactly what you needed to learn and exactly what you needed to do to achieve a certain learning goal. However, in college, those roles are sometimes reversed for some classes. So you're going to be in the driver's seat. You're going to have to take control of your learning by asking questions, by making sure that you are attending office hours, by making sure that you're the person who's contacting your professor. If something comes up, it's most likely not going to be the other way around. This sometimes throws students off because for the last, basically all of your learning years, you have just kind of been, just in the passenger side, and your teacher's telling you which way to go and what to do. In college, it is different. So no need to be afraid, but you just want to have that kind of in the forefront of your thinking so that you know that if something comes up, I got to be the one to step in automatically and do whatever needs to be done. Another thing that you are probably used to coming out of high school is that your parents were in the driver's seat as well. They probably asked all the questions, they led the conversations, they contacted your teacher first, and then they relayed that information to you. In college, of course, we can't even talk to parents unless something that is called a FERPA, or a waiver of confidentiality that allows us to speak to your parents, is signed. However, even with that sign, that doesn't mean that your professors are going to want to engage with your parents. Most of them probably won't. So you want to make sure that you remember that you're now in control of your learning. Any questions that you have, anything that you don't understand, you're going to have to be the one to start those conversations. It's still okay to lean on your parents for advice and things like that, but you want to make sure that you are driving the conversation and they're just kind of more so in the background. So some services that you want to be aware of on every college campus: you want to be aware of tutoring. You want to be aware of the financial aid/scholarship office. That is very important. Counseling is available. The gym, I know that's probably one of my favorite parts about being a student now, is that I can go to the gym for free. You also want to be aware of student health services. So there are a lot of services on college campuses. The library is another good one that you're definitely going to have to get familiar with. And all of these things are available to you. You've already paid for them through your student fees. So make sure that you're taking advantage of them. Alright guys, so I hope this video was helpful for you. Drop down in the comments. Let me know if you have any questions regarding the difference between college and high school. Any questions that you may have, I'll be willing to answer them. Also, be sure to check out my blog, dukeanddicksdisability.org. I'll be doing a write-up of this video on there as well. And I hope to see you this weekend for another Adult Daily Living Skills video. Bye!